Okay, what is up, y'all? Come on in, come on in, come on in. The House of Sin City. Yes, y'all know what time it is. Roll on in, roll on in. I'm gonna give y'all time to come on in the House of Sin City. So yeah, before we get started, let me go ahead and drop this. Okay, disclaimer. Y'all know the routine. Okay, so this site is for education and entertainment purposes. Therefore, everything that I say after this, you guys, is allegedly, allegedly, you all. And I'm going to say this, you all know, a lot, allegedly. Okay, so yeah, welcome, my sensations. I want to say we're going to talk about a few things before we get to R. Kelly's update because his brother has spoken. Yeah, Mr. Kerry Kelly has spoken. Um, so yeah, we'll get to that. But before we get to that, we're going to talk about the Florida teens that was sentenced to 21 days in a juvenile, you guys, for basically planning planning a school massacre. And yeah, we're going to get to it. And then we're going to talk about we're going to get some updates on the coronavirus and see what everybody's seeing, what's going on out there. Okay. So yeah, let's get to it, you guys. So yeah, Florida teen was sentenced to 21 days in juvenile detention because basically they got caught planning, they were going to do some things to a school. So, two Lee County teens appeared in front of a judge, and this was on yesterday. Actually, the day before yesterday, because it was on Saturday. So I'm actually just getting this content. So after being sent to jail on Saturday for planning a school massacre. Yeah, let's stop right there. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what. Throw the whole damn phone away right now. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the deal is with these teenagers. What's going on? What they're thinking? I don't know. Yes, welcome. Come on in. Yes, pull up to the rear. Absolutely, pull up to the rear, because we're gonna get to the real over here. So Philip Bird, 14, and Connor Pruitt, 13, will be placed in secure juvenile prison for 21 days. 21 days, you all. 21 days. I really want to stop right there on that 21 days because it's just, that's not doing it for me. You sit here and plan the whole massacre and you're telling me 21 days is feasible for you all to give these teens. I'm not understanding that, but okay, whatever. We're going to get to it. I'm going to go ahead and continue reading what they're saying, okay? Yes, and shout out to Baller Alert for reporting the news. Okay, so basically, according to reports, the teens were detained on Thursday and held for a mental health assessment after a Horns Marsh Middle School resource officer was informed of a student who had a gun in his bag. Okay, so now they, I guess now what they're gonna have to do is start putting back up the metal detectors at the schools. Is that what's going to have to take place? Metal detectors now, because now they're back taking weapons in the school. Okay, so now the children are not your children. You're not gonna be safe because now you got to find out what's going on. Okay, so he had a gun in the bag. This is what they was reported, but then they said no gun was found on either student. However, the officer did reveal that the student discussed the school shooting over lunch. Now, why was he discussing shooting over lunch? I don't know. According to police, witnesses were questioned and a map of the school surveillance cameras were found. Okay, so the sheriff of Lee County, he claimed that the two were planning a school massacre similar to the Columbine, whatever that shit. Colorado, y'all. Okay. And this is what I'm talking about. That generation of teens, 13 and 14 years old. So you mean to tell me you don't have nothing else better to do than to sit up here and plan a whole damn massacre at your school? You ain't got no damn homework you need to be doing. You ain't got no damn after school program your ass could be. Your parents can't put your ass in or something. You sitting over here planning an entire massacre at the school, you guys. So this is where we are in society. This is the type of stuff that we need to start paying attention to. Definitely need to start paying attention. So on Sunday, a judge stated that he believed the two teenagers committed a juvenile offense. So he's just a little boy. So this is what another one of the mothers, of course, said. Came into court to defend her son. She said he didn't think this was really serious. Okay, let me stop right there. Like, really? What do you mean you didn't think that was serious? Yes. You didn't think that was serious? Yes. Hit the like button as you enter the Sense house. The Sense you guys. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So the mother, as I stated, she came in trying to defend her son, of course, and talking about he said he didn't think it was that serious. Well, first of all, what the fuck do you mean you didn't think it was that serious? Like, what did you think talking about shooting up a school? How serious is that? It can't get no serious than that, sis. Well, I mean, come on now. She stated that Bird will be changing schools. Of course, you're gonna change them, take them out to school now, because not everybody in the school know he talking about doing something to the school. Then nobody is the parents are not gonna feel comfortable with taking their children to school, knowing there's other children there planning on a massacre. So that's not a good look. So of course she's gonna take them out to school. Basically the school should have just kicked them out. Basically, it shouldn't have been no questions asked. They should have been automatically suspended for the rest of the school year. They shouldn't be able to enter no school. Okay, they just need to be homeschooled, and security need to be at their front door at all single time at all times, trying to find out what is going on with them. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, that's that on those Florida teens. And 21 days was not enough time. They didn't learn their lesson in 21 days is not going to be enough time for them to learn their lesson. No, hell no. Not at all. Absolutely not. No, I can't see it. So this is what it's coming to. This is what it's coming to. Yeah. So moving right along from that, you guys, we are going to talk about COVID. We're going to talk about COVID a little bit. Not too much, because we already know every time I get to talking about COVID, they want to take down my videos and stuff. Okay. So I'm not going to give them the satisfaction. So I'm only going to read just briefly on, and the reason why I point this out, because it just stood out to me when they said that there were 3 states, which is Vermont, Connecticut, and it's allegedly. And let me go ahead and put that out there. Allegedly. Yes. I would never defend my child for something like that. Absolutely. I wouldn't defend my child either for doing, and I'm gonna get back to come back to the COVID stuff in a minute while we're discussing this on the teenagers. Go back to the teenagers, because you're absolutely right. I wanted to say that a mother shouldn't defend, and this is wrong. This was wrong with these children today. You have these parents and these grandparents quick to defend these kids when they're wrong, instead of holding them accountable and punishing them for their actions. Okay. So basically, by the mother going up there defending her child, she's letting the child know or think it's okay. to speak on shooting up the damn school. It's okay. You're at lunch table talking about a whole damn massacre. That's okay. That's basically what she said when she marched her ass up to the school. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Period. Exactly. Absolutely. And that was absolutely wrong of her child to sit there and in the at the lunchroom table and instigate on, having a whole shooting up the school. Even the children that were around him at that table, I could just imagine how, if they weren't in on it, I'm pretty sure they felt very uncomfortable. And some of them, I'm pretty sure, might have walked the fuck up out around that table and like, wait a minute, hell no, he going a little bit too far on what the hell he talking about. Because that's just some shit you just don't do. Who does that? Sit up and say you should have been eating your lunch so that you could get ready to take your ass back to class. Because I guarantee you, while you're talking about shooting up the school, your grades probably all jacked up. It's probably why you're so pissed off, because your grades all jacked up. The grades all jacked up. What's up, bro? What's going on? We are discussing the Florida teens that were sentenced to 21 days in juvie for allegedly and talking about shooting up the school. Yeah, and so basically, yeah, that we're talking about shooting up the school, and one of the parents basically went up to the school to defend her son, stating that, oh, he didn't mean anything by that. He didn't think that it was serious. Well, of course, she's going to say that as the mother. Of course, you're going to say it's not serious. You're going to defend your child when you know damn well it's very serious to sit there in the lunchroom and discuss shooting up the school. Like, throw the whole goddamn phone away. Who the fuck does that? Who the fuck does that, y'all? This is what I'm talking about. This the generation here, these little motherfuckers, they got shit all fucked up around here. That's what they do. They got it all fucked up. It's just some shit you do, some shit you just don't do. And that's just one of the things you don't do. And 21 days to me is not enough time for them to show punishment. They should have been suspended indefinite. Like, never. You can't even go back to a school period. The fuck? We gonna walk into a school and everybody in the damn school gonna take off there and running. Like, damn, that's the motherfucker said they gonna shoot the school up. I wouldn't want to be in the presence of nobody like that. So no. Yes, absolutely. Yes, welcome. Hit the like button on the way in. And if you have not subscribed, all my subscribers, and I want to thank you all. Let's stop there, because you all know how I always want to thank my subs for coming in and showing out my sensations. Yes. Thank you all. And those who have not subscribed, you guys, I have a contest going. So when I get close to 1,000 subscribers, I will show you all. And whoever gets me to that mark, I will cash out you $100. Yeah, so let's get to that 100. Let's know that 1,000. Let's get to that 1,000K, you guys. Okay. Yes, moving right along. And I want to thank my sensations for all the content that you guys are sending me. Again, you send it through my IG, DMing me. I appreciate all the love. Thank you all. I'm seeing it. Yes. Like, share, and subscribe. Yes, because we get to the real over here. Okay, now, so moving along from the teens, you guys, as I was stating, 21 days was just not enough to get them. They should have been given way more than 21 days. I was trying to find out the race of them. I didn't want to be too, was trying to remain neutral on this, but I guarantee you there wasn't none of us. Okay. So yeah, moving right along. moving right along to the latest on COVID and the pandemic in the US. So, again, as I was stating earlier, before I went back to the Florida teens, three states, Vermont, Connecticut, and Massachusetts, they're saying that they have fully vaccinated at least 2/3 of their population, but elsewhere in the US, hospitals are filling up with unvaccinated COVID-19 patients, allegedly. This is what they're saying. Okay. This is what they're saying. And y'all, you guys already know how I feel about this, but I'm only going to report what they are saying because I do not want them to flag me again and take the video down as they did the previous video when I spoke about COVID, you guys, and they did a whole entire video on it. So I'm not going to get into that. However, I will talk about what Florida governor says in the cities and counties that are requiring employees to take COVID-19 vaccine. They will face $5,000 fines, allegedly. Okay. So basically, their governor is saying, hey, enough is enough because I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Y'all over here mandating this. Y'all want people to take the vaccine. You have not done a thorough research. But this is all allegedly. Let me just read what he said, what's going on in Florida. Okay. So during a news conference, this was Monday morning, Florida governor, said that if a government agency in the state forces a COVID-19 vaccine as a condition of employment, that violates Florida law. And that city or county will face a $5,000 fine for every single violation. All right. That's what Florida governor saying. Yes. Yes, forcing us to take it. Yep. That's exactly what they're doing. Now, I do recall you all had something, some worm, something that was a vaccine. Hold on. Let me drop this link because I remember you telling me, Latasha, about something was going on in you guys' city in Kentucky as well. What was I'm going to drop the link. What was going on in Kentucky regarding the vaccine? We'll get to that when you come on the panel. Also, this is what the governor of Florida also stated. Okay. So if you look at places here, he said, in cities like Gainesville, he said that millions and millions of dollars potentially in fines, basically, they finna be put out there.
Hey sis.
Hey sis, what's going on?
It was horse dewormer.
Okay, so what type of vaccine is that?
They're they're giving it to them in pill form. And it was an article when I was reading it to you, the governor here was like saying it's ludicrous, like he's not gonna go with that, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then after that, I was just reading up on some stuff, and then I ran up on an article where it was some guys in jail and stuff that said that when they had the COVID, that the doctor was coming through telling them, giving them the pill, and the one guy got out of jail and it was messing with his abdomen, and he went and got checked, and come to find out it was the horse dewormer that they had gave them. And a lot of people were saying that they did not give consent for that to take that pill, and that they were just told to take it for the COVID. So a whole lot of them have gotten it and are having problems. Now, who are we to get animal? That's like me and my boyfriend sitting here right now, and somebody say, oh yeah, we're gonna give y'all what we give the dogs, we take this pill, and if it was made for humans, it would be on the, you know what I'm saying, it would be on the shelf of humans.
Exactly.
So at this point, it's like they're trying to they're just trying to come up with anything to give us or put in our body. So I mean, what is the Johnson and Johnson? What is all of that stuff? What is it?
Exactly. Exactly. Because they have not done thorough research. And that's my whole problem with that I'm having with it is the lack of the research that is done for them to be pushing this stuff out there the way they are. All the other vaccines, as I stated, even in the previous videos, I'm going to say allegedly, but we all know I've dropped links and stuff. We're going to, again, those vaccines have taken decades of research. These vaccines, these COVID, these Pfizer, that what they're bringing up, and Johnson Johnson, these vaccines that they're putting out there have not been decades of research. And that's the problem that I'm having, because you all don't know what it's going to do to our bodies, the long run. Okay. Not even talking about the effects right now, the side effects. I'm talking about the future health problems, the future issues. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I think people are lacking the research on. They're only researching certain parts and certain things of that vaccine. Research the long-term effects.
And then too, you gotta look at it too. My boyfriend don't even want it. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't. He said he's not. He said he's not getting it. He said they're not putting nothing in him. So for him to feel like, and he was incarcerated most of the time. So for him to feel like they're not putting that in me. What are y'all putting in people for people to go? They ain't putting that in me, And then some people are dying. And my doctor recommended me not to get the Johnson and Johnson at all.
Yeah. So Tony said that's why we shouldn't drink milk, because it's made from cows. I don't drink milk anyway, and I used to drink almond milk. Now I don't even drink that anymore. So I don't even drink none of it now at all. Definitely in the long-term effects. That's all I'm saying. I'm talking about the long-term effects here. And this is what the research is not. People are not researching that, the long-term effects that it has on us.
And it's funny that YouTube messes with your channel when you talk about it. But if y'all go back on CNN a couple of months ago, it was a panel of people who are having long time effects. Said they had COVID and got the shot now, and they still having muscle cramps. And Marquisa's cousin's wife actually told us that after the COVID, she said a week later, said they couldn't. Her and her 2-year-old baby couldn't even walk.
Oh wow.
The muscles in her legs wouldn't, like, they felt like Noodles said, like she would have to hold herself up and things like that. But yeah, it's really, go watch that one on CNN where them people said they having effects and still breathing. The breathing is off. The muscles in their body is going weak and all of that. That's
I saw that. I saw an interview of a lady who, she was a doctor, and she stated that COVID, it basically, and this is allegedly, it hits wherever wherever the inflammation is in your body. If it's in your feet, that's where it's going to affect you most. If it's in your lungs, that's where it's going to affect you most. If it's in your stomach, that's where it's going to affect you most. Wherever the inflammation is in your body, allegedly, this is where the COVID will hit you the hardest. And so I say this because in the interview, they said steam. If you're going to be out in the public, you all, I recommend doing this at least once or twice. Steam, inhaling the steam, because it kills the COVID, because the degree of the temperature over 70, I think it was 78, allegedly 78 degrees kills the temperature. So if you're inhaling the steam, like with some tea or something, inhale that steam if you're going to go out in the population.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying about the mask. Has mask protecting us? We got to touch so much. You know what I'm saying? We, even at the restaurant that I work at, it's so much to it. You know what I'm saying? It's people making simple mistakes, so it's never gonna go away with us touching nothing. You know what I'm saying? The store is shutting down one time to clean. How many people touching how many things in there? Because I done picked up something like, oh, I don't want that one. Let me grab this one. You know what I'm saying?
Hi.
So who's behind me coming to touch it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're not really, we're not taking it.
Absolutely. I'm not either, sis. I'm not either. Hey, cousin. How are you? How are you? Yes.
And I hate that this is being forced because flu and everything else has been out for years, and we have never been forced to take no other vaccine. So why are y'all forcing us to put this in our body? Yes, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's basically like somebody forcing you to have an abortion or something. You know what I'm saying? If you get pregnant right now, everybody gotta have abortions. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing. Like,
Exactly.
make us put
Exactly.
it in our body we don't want to.
Exactly. He said this is it though. Ask them same people that's trying to force us to take it, have they taken it? Exactly. Because a lot of them they have not, allegedly. A lot of them have not taken the vaccine. And allegedly the main one, like you said, that's pushing it out there, the maker of it haven't even taken it. One of them, and I'm just gonna leave that at that because I don't want them trying to flag me. But you're absolutely correct. Tanya said COVID is real and it's definitely killing people. This shit was created to the highest form using the old version of COVID. Yeah, I agree. So do you think they've enhanced it from back, let's say like 1989 when it was put out there? You think that it's been enhanced?
I feel like that.
Yeah.
Look at Ebola. Look at Ebola. Ebola didn't even do this. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they was trying to how did I don't even remember how they said we was getting Ebola, but it wasn't even like this. And this came from another country.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Mm-hmm.
black girl, if y'all go back and do the research on CNN for that, the little African children was telling her how they came over there and was setting up giving shots out, and said next thing you know, half her village was dead.
Funny you said that because see, look what Hen just said. The ultimate thing with the vaccine is population control, and we've been talking about that and talking about that and talking about that. Allegedly, okay, that's exactly what it is.
Because I remember the crime over there was getting really bad over there in that country. The crime was getting really bad. Things
Yeah.
was getting out of control. And then all of a sudden, y'all over there setting up little tents and like, we giving y'all this. And they had never heard of the Ebola at the time. They hadn't heard of anything, but said they came over in their white suits and was like, it's an outbreak. We're giving y'all shots. She said, next thing you know, half the camp was dead. So what happened? What was y'all giving them people? And then next thing you know, it was an outbreak of Ebola because nobody had heard about that, not even them.
Yeah, exactly. Slash Bill Gates. Talk about it. This motherfucker right here. That's it. No cap. Need we say more? You right there. He says throw the whole motherfucker away. Him.
Yeah,
Okay. Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. He said yes, that's where the different traits came from. They experiment and make other forms of it. Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy, sis. I just had to call in and touch on that really quick.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to talk about R. Kelly. So I'll talk to you down in the comments.
Okay. All right,
All
sis.
right,
Go
sis. All
ahead.
right. Okay, you guys. Yes. And I don't know. It looks like the volume may be tripping. See, this is what I be talking about when I talk about certain topics. Okay. Before I get started, let me know how is the sound, you guys? Because you all know YouTube get to tripping. How is the sound? Drop a one and let me know how's the sound, you guys, before I continue and start talking about R. Kelly. We good, y'all? On the sound. Yeah, they be listening. They don't like when you speak the real. I'm telling you, bro. It's static. Okay. What about now? Let me know, you guys, what's going on. Hey, sis, how's the sound? What's going on with the sound? You know they get the tripping.
You sound kind of robotic.
Okay. How's now? Hold on, let me do this. Okay, what about now?
No.
No,
Yeah, I can hear you now.
it's better.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Great, great, great. Yes, you guys, as you all are coming in, do not forget to hit that like button, share, subscribe, because when we get to talking on certain topics, you guys, this is what happens. This is what they do. Okay. Thoughts, sis?
Huh?
Thoughts?
My thoughts on R. Kelly?
No, we haven't
Oh.
gotten R. Kelly yet. Thoughts on the
The COVID?
teenager and the COVID. The teenager. Let's start with the teenagers. The
I,
21 days they were given
I
for.
didn't hear that one because I was driving. So
Okay.
so what happened with that? Can you just briefly go over it for a second, or I can look it up real quick?
Yes. No, no, no. I can go over just for a second. So, absolutely. There were a couple of teenagers that actually set up the lunch table at their middle school and talked about shooting up the school. And so they were given
Mm.
21 days in the juvenile detention. One of the little boy's parents felt the need to go up to the school and defend him by saying, "Oh, he didn't mean anything by it. He didn't take it serious. He didn't think they was serious.
He threatened to do what to the school?
Shoot up the school."
Lock his little ass up.
Oh, okay.
And mom and dad, if they got too much to say about it.
Yeah, the mama went up there to the school and she had a lot to say about it,
And
defending him.
that's the reason why kids do actually bomb. Hello?
Yes, you broke up on us, sis.
Because you got parents that's defending bad
You there?
behavior.
Okay, you breaking up.
I'm breaking up.
Well, it's that's better. That's better.
No, I was saying that's the reason why we do have kids that blow up schools, because parents defend bad behavior.
Yes, that is exactly what's wrong with these kids these days. Is because of the lack of the parenthood. Okay, the parents defend their children instead of holding them accountable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have to hold them accountable because they're way more smarter than we were, because they have all this modern technology and the internet and social media and all of these different things. So they're not stupid to what they're doing, and so we should really hold them accountable um, uh, when they show signs of destructive behavior. Because if it wasn't the school, it could be you laying up in your bed and one of them come in there and kill you. It happens.
exactly,
It happens.
exactly.
And if our children have mental issues, we need to address that, and not my baby, or try to ignore it, because you have to have something wrong with you to even have in your mind that you want. Even if you're playing, you don't play. You have access to the internet and social media again, so you know the type of stuff that's going on, and that type of stuff will get you in trouble. I'm surprised they only got 21 days, because that's a terroristic threat, number one. And number two, you just don't defend bad behavior. And if they got mental problems or whatever, if they was in special ed, or rode the short bus or whatever, if it was a table full of dum dums, then we need to address that and not make excuses for it. Their asses needed to go to jail. I'm just sorry. That's how I feel about it. Because if it was my son, um, I wouldn't defend that behavior because you know what's going on in this world right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
Absolutely.
and then when you get home, you're going to be cut off from all this because evidently something is causing you to feel like that's okay.
Right.
So we're gonna get to the root of what the problem is. And if the problem is that you got too much free time on your hand and you're looking at all these crazy other crazy kids on social media, so we need to cut that out for you until you're mature enough to be able to absorb it and not act out on it. So yeah, I'm 100% in agreement with that. Normally, I don't know if they were black or white, but normally I'm not for incarcerating children. But this type of stuff is just not. You just don't do that. It's very dangerous in the times that we're
Absolutely.
living in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Slice out to get better work info, stay positive. Absolutely. Stay safe and you do the same. Thank you. Thank you for joining us for the short period of the time. We appreciate you. Make that money. Don't let it make you, bro.
Likewise, have a nice night.
Have a nice night, Sly. Yes. So I don't know, sis, if you were able to get an update on R. Kelly, but I was briefly
Oh
able
yeah,
to see where his brother Kerry spoke today.
yeah. He didn't speak in trial. You talking about outside the court?
Right outside the court.
Oh yeah, yeah. So what's going? Because I don't know if I'm obsessively following this, but I am because I just really feel like an injustice is about to be done to this man. Um, um, Everybody, if again, the infamous Sylvia. They do inactive. They reenact the
Mm-hmm.
court, the from the transcript. I mean, there's people in there that actually plays every character based upon the transcripts that they order, and I think the transcripts right now, she's it's probably like $400 or $500 to get each day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they're putting funds together and they're purchasing the transcript so that they could read it to the public and so everyone can know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Every single now all the people that he supposedly um um was
Sexually, yeah,
sexually assaulted or whatever,
allegedly.
allegedly everyone that he's supposed to had is supposed to be victims. Okay, so when the prosecution, they're calling it the government, when the government do their part or whatever, he did this, that. They're all actually, every single one of them are admitting that they lied with the help of their parents as far as age is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Because R. Kelly, since the first trial, had put something in place to where, in order to be in his circle or around him, you had to show identification, right?
Right.
You
Mm-hmm.
had to show that you were over 18. He actually started putting it to where even if you were a male or female, you had to be 19 and older to even get in his circle. He had his security, he had his um before you can get to him, you have to go through several people, right? So he
Mm-hmm.
had put in place that you have to be 18 or older. In some cases, depending on the setting, you had to have a parent accompany you in order to be around him. So all of these witnesses, these females that were supposedly victimized by him, first of all, a couple of them are saying that he gave them syphilis, right? So
Right.
come to find out, the two that are saying that they contracted it from R. Kelly, there's records showing that they had it prior to him.
Oh, wow.
There are actually a couple of those witnesses who said that they were seven. See, everybody, this is what's so odd. Everybody that's getting up there testifying, you know what age they're using? The magic number
16.
17.
Oh,
No,
17.
everybody, every single person that's gotten up there and testified, you were 17, 17, 17, right?
Where really it technically 17 is really not
In Chicago,
technically
it's considered
really grown.
consensual. Yeah, in Chicago, it's legal age, right?
Right.
California, it's 18. Minnesota, where his other trial is 18, but in Chicago, it's 17.
Mm-hmm.
So in New York, it's 17. I mean, it's 18. But
Mm-hmm.
a couple of them parents actually okay, so the one that lived with him for 5 years, right? So how
Yeah.
she got into the, I mean, the reason why she turned feds, she turned into an informant, right?
Ah,
And the
yeah.
reason why was
Okay.
because of those documents that Tasha K got and gave to her father, right? So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
she thought R. Kelly was gonna marry her. She was the favorite of the girlfriends that he had living with him. But when
Allegedly.
allegedly, but when she read the phone records and the conversations and the emails that was happening between R. Kelly and the other girl, allegedly, she that's when she decided to become an informant because she was upset. Now, this is not this. I'm gonna say allegedly, but these are actually court transcripts, stuff that there's coming out of their own mouth that I listen to. They do 2 hours a day or night or whatever when
Mm-hmm.
after the trial, and they just 2 hours is people interacting and being different characters that testified that day. But so the one that turned into a federal informant, she was one that lived with him for 5 years. When she originally met R. Kelly, her parents took her. Her dad, her mother, and her father took her, right?
Yeah.
So, and at the concert, one of the stipulations were you had to be 18 or older or accompanied by a parent. So both of her parents were there. So they she got up all on the speaker. So they got her not front row seats, but they somehow got her moved to the pit,
Mm-hmm.
which is right in front of the stage with no seats. You're just there. So she somehow got made her way, her and her mother, to where she got close to the stage. And there's actual footage of this concert. I can't remember what it was, but she jumped all on the speaker and was twerking and doing all that. So she got his attention. Mind you, you have to be 18 or accompanied by a parent to go to this concert. So he invited the mother, one of the people that were on stage, invited the mother to come to the studio so he could hear her demo or sing in person. So
You're breaking up. Hello?
hello,
You're breaking
did
up
I cut
on.
out?
You,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
someone
Okay. You
called me.
back on.
I'm gonna make this brief. But anyway, he invited the mother to the after party. They went. R. Kelly gave the mom the phone number and gave because the mom started explaining that Azrael was a singer, blah blah blah. So you guys call me. You can, if I'm when I'm back in town, you can possibly come to the studio, blah blah blah. So Azrael took the number that her mom gotten and she put it in her phone, but she put it in wrong, right?
Oh,
So it was
yeah. Yeah.
actually not, it was the wrong number. She had been texting that number and calling for about a week or two. And then finally she said, let me check my mom's phone to see if, maybe this is the wrong number. Let me check my mom's phone to see if she saved it in her phone. Well,
Right.
come to find out, the mom had been texting him and sending
Mm-hmm.
pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Text. She was texting as she was, as if she was the daughter, allegedly,
Mm-hmm.
and she was sending pictures of her daughter in crop tops, and she was communicating with R. Kelly as if she was the daughter.
Right.
I'm 18, blah blah blah. So anyway, he invited her, talking to the mom, to Florida to one of his shows, and then the next day go to the studio so he could hear her demo or singing in person. So the mother drove her 8 hours
Mm-hmm.
at
Yep.
11 o'clock at night to go
Yep.
see R. Kelly.
Yep.
When they got to the hotel, the mother, this is how slick they was. They had already had it
Mm-hmm.
planned, her and the husband. You gonna stay in the room with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stay in the room that his assistant is in. And the assistant went to a different hotel allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
So they worked all this out. So when they got back to California, um, she sung for R. Kelly, whatever, while they was in Florida. When they got back to California, the mom, they came up with this scheme. Okay, we gonna get him. What you gonna do is, because they took pictures of her in tube tops and tights and stuff and sent it to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Enticing him. Mind you, he thinks this person is over 18. Is 18 years old. So
Mm-hmm.
he told the mom and the dad said, you go meet him at the hotel where he's staying in, and 30 minutes later, we're going to call the police and say, we've been looking for you. This is her telling the court that this is what happened.
That's
And
crazy.
so police did come, but guess where the mom and dad was at?
There.
Out in the parking lot, watching
Mm-hmm.
this all
Mm-hmm.
go down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Right there.
And so when the police looked at the driver's license, they didn't look at the month. They only looked at the year. And according to the year, she would have been 18,
Mm-hmm.
but she didn't have a birthday yet. So when few months later, when she had already turned 18. So when she told, and R. Kelly was like, you 18? I mean, I thought she was already 18. Anyway, he slapped her in the face when she said she lied,
Yeah.
right? And he
Yeah.
sent her back home.
Yeah.
The parents sent her back, girl. Oh my God, it's just deep.
Yeah. I
Anyway,
know. I know.
I could go on because I've listened to this every single
No,
day.
it's because it's so interesting, and I'm gonna tell you, it puts me in the mind of all the trials that and it's crazy because we watch some of the same trials, and I can go all the way back from Trayvon Martin trial to we watched that, we watched the police officer, and I'm gonna tell you something
But
else.
but
I got
briefly, sis,
Mhm.
let me say this: when the defense question these girls, they're impeaching themselves and they are
Yeah.
lying,
Yes.
because I can't wait till the defense get up, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
they're pretty much winning the case from
Mm-hmm.
the government's witnesses. They're winning
Mm-hmm.
it
Mm-hmm.
100%. That
Yeah.
mess in Chicago, because of what Tasha K done, they're gonna
Mm-hmm.
probably have to drop that whole thing in Chicago before it's all said and done. They probably gonna have to throw that all the way out.
They are. They are.
But this, when the defense get up there and question these girls, it almost makes me think that, are they purposely letting it do? I mean, so okay, yeah, we agree with the government, but then once they get in there in a court or whatever, are they purposely lying and trying to make it look bad on the prosecution to save Robert or
Okay.
him?
It's funny you said
Because
that.
that's what it seems like. Because you can't be telling that many lies.
Yeah.
And don't you know, one of the persons that was up there in the overflow that's taking the notes and reading the transcripts at night, she
Mm-hmm.
said that the Homeland Security, they was all up there in overflow with them. When the defense was talking to them girls, they was just putting their face in their hands and shaking their head like, that's messed up. And Gloria Allred, she was in there for one of the witnesses. And when the girl started talking and the defense started questioning her, they said Gloria got up and stormed out the courtroom and said, "There goes my some case or something she's got. Like you just threw that out the window." And she left and ain't been back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So listen, before you go off the panel, sis, I want you to hear what his brother had to say because I want your thoughts on what the brother Kelly had to
Yeah,
say outside of the courtroom. And I'm not going to share the screen because I don't want you
that's
to
what she's
trigger.
doing. It with you. Yeah, you can start the volume. I
Well,
heard.
I have my phone here, so just listen closely what the brother Kerry Kelly had to say outside of the courtroom.
For myself. So that's why I took the trip here. And I'm glad that I did come. At the end of the day, that's my brother. I'm here to support him. I love him. That's my brother. And I got a chance to see the lies.
Okay, it sounds like a robot.
Under oath. It changed the whole game for me.
It sounds like
To
a
be able to
robot.
see that with my own eyes, not hear say, but see say, and it's a difference.
And what do you think is going to be the outcome of this case?
Well, I think they should actually
What does it
just
sound like?
throw it out. You should be go
It's
ahead
good.
and drop the charges. I mean, they lying. They are lying on him in the court of law.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. So basically, Kerry Kelly is stating that they are lying. Period. No getting around it. He said he had to come out and see it for himself.
Yep, they lying. It's a lie. It's all. Listen, it makes me sad to see how, because of this man had no real people in his corner, and because of his illiteracy, that he was taking
Mm-hmm.
so much. So, mind you, he has a hypersexual personality, right?
Yes,
And most
yes. And
people
we've
that have
said this
had
numerous of times. Yes.
most people that have had something traumatic, like girls when they're raped or sexually assaulted, they're very promiscuous when they are
Mm-hmm.
teenagers or whatever. He was molested by several different people. So m- he has, you would call, I could say, a sexual demon or whatever, but he's hypersexual, right? So a man like R. Kelly will not never be satisfied with one woman. And I'm gonna tell you
Mm-hmm.
this also. He is not going out there looking for people. He's not the predator. They are preying on him. They going to
Absolutely.
find him. These motherfuckers are traveling miles,
Absolutely.
miles, miles. Who lets a, if they supposed to be so underage, how are they getting plane tickets? Who's allowing them to travel from state to state to go find this man?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Some of them was even willing to sleep in the studio. Robert, so answer this, and I'm gonna let you talk. How in the fuck, excuse my language, but how did this man
No,
create
go ahead.
all these tracks and all this good music for everybody if all he did was lay up and fuck all the time? That don't make no sense.
Right.
Come on now. You ain't got to be no rocket scientist. One person said that those people would sleep in that studio and not leave, not eat, not drink, not because of R. Kelly, but to be so that they can be there when he felt like he wanted to have sex after being, because he would stay in the studio for hours, like 23, 22, 23 hours. And if he felt like, okay, I need to go do this, they would stay and just hang out, waiting.
I can see that with him.
And these males that they're talking about, girl, come on now.
Now that I don't know what to believe on that. To be
I
honest,
don't know
I
what to
can't see
believe.
it, but you just never know.
I don't know what to
I
believe.
don't I don't know what to believe on that.
But what I can say is he ain't took no pussy and it ain't none of them been no babies.
Right.
This coming out their own mouth, not hearsay.
Right. Exactly.
So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But this is my opinion from what I've gathered. And it's not reading, because if you Google R. Kelly case, you're gonna get all the bad. They're not gonna tell you both sides. Right?
They're not.
So the media is not. So if you Googling and reading what's going on, you're gonna be screwed because you only gonna get the bad.
That's it. They're only gonna paint one picture and one picture only. And that's to find him guilty, period, on all accounts. So they're bringing forth all these allegedly new accusers, and it's the same way they did with Tiny and Ti. You know, the same thing's going on. Same thing. Same thing's
Yeah,
going on.
exactly.
So yeah, um, that's basically I wanted to update, and again we're going to continue to update as the trial progresses. Um,
And also,
I don't
sis,
know. I'm just waiting for the defense to just come on and just blow this whole thing wide open. Really.
but also, sis, there is a bunch of celebrities that are afraid to be in concert in support of him for getting, because of this Me Too shit. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and they scared to say something, but you know he just got credits off of one of Drake's songs on his new album.
Yeah,
He got
they're
writing
going
credit
to.
on that.
Yeah, you have certain artists that are going to make sure he's relevant. Continue to make him
But
relevant.
but when if all this is thrown out, you watch how they ride his, you know what.
Oh my goodness, he's gonna drop. I guarantee, ain't no telling how many albums R. Kelly done wrote since he's been locked up in this period of time. That has music just waiting and waiting to be,
But if I was him,
released.
if I was him, the people that didn't support me while I was in jail, I wouldn't even
I
have
wouldn't
no
fuck with
confidence
him.
for 'em.
Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with him.
All the
This
celebrities,
how it
Celine
is.
Dion, and all these people that took him, all these people that took his music from their
Yeah,
albums and all that.
yeah, I wouldn't have nothing to
No,
say.
I can't do no feature. I sure can't.
Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't have nothing to say to him. I would let him know to just keep that same energy.
Keep
Okay.
that same energy.
Yeah, keep that same energy. Um, because people tend to get in their feelings, you
Well,
know.
they tend to follow what the masses want.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and allegedly, and we're not going to talk about how allegedly um, uh, Diddy and Jamie Foxx and them have sex parties all the time. And 11 o'clock, at 11 o'clock, supposedly allegedly some of their sex parties at 11 o'clock on the dot, they make a big announcements. Okay, so if you're not fucking or sucking, you may as well leave. So come on now,
Mm-hmm.
don't put R. Kelly in the box bubble by himself. It's a whole lot of folks
Right,
need to go to jail if he go to jail.
right.
Facts.
Right. Okay. We'd have talked about that. We'd have had that discussion about that.
Yeah,
And how
yeah,
many
yeah, yeah,
others they could bring forth. But at the
yeah.
end of the day,
So don't.
it is what it is. Free R. Kelly, and
And can't nobody stop me from playing his music.
that part. I'm glad that his brother did come forth.
Me too.
Um,
His
but I
two
just
sisters
wanted to.
too. Did you see them? You can Google on Instagram. They did a video. He has two stepsisters, or well, his two sisters, half
Mm-hmm.
sisters. They were
Mm-hmm.
walking in the courtroom. So if you can look at that too.
Okay, I'm going to definitely pull up the sisters too, but
Yeah.
I wanted to share just briefly a little bit more of what the brother was saying. I'm not going to play too much because I think it's within the 10 seconds is when they get to tripping. So I'm going
Yeah.
to play. I have to play it
In
in 10
sections.
seconds sections. Yes. So that's what I need to do. So hold on a
Okay.
second.
Everybody
Cool.
see it. That's there. That's part of it. You see it. That's it.
Is there anything else that I didn't ask you that you want to add as a
Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Hold on.
brother, seeing your brother go through this, and how does it make you
It
feel?
hurts. It hurts my heart. It really do. I
So yeah, I can only imagine as your sibling that you have to sit back and watch this, unfold, and you feel helpless because you can't help your sibling. That's basically what Kerry was saying. He had to come out for himself and see for his own self the lies because he's saying, and allegedly he have been hearing what's been going on outside the courtroom, but until you're actually in that courtroom and can physically see what's going on to know, then you can actually feel what's going on. If that makes sense, So yeah.
I feel for him.
Cynthia, your brother-in-law got something to say. Turn it down.
Yeah. So he's saying he's being attacked as well as the brother. And I can see that too, because, you know, by him being associated with this brother, and he's part of the band as well. I think he's one of the backup singers or something in his band. He's part of his entourage or his band or something. The brother Kerry is. So he's saying he's been attacked too. What you think about that, sis?
Who is it? His bodyguard?
This is no, this is Kerry, his brother, Kerry
Oh,
Kelly.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. He said people are coming after him as well.
He said people are coming after him as well. Yeah, I can see that.
But do you
I can
not
see
know
people
that
coming after him.
when R. Kelly started talking about selling some of his publishing, like it's just deeper than what we probably know. Like it's
Absolutely.
deeper. And why did they
It's
send
always
these
good.
girls? So these people were I just believe it's all of a setup. Like
Mhm.
it just don't even seem real.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
again, I don't know how he had time for all the stuff that they're saying he doing. Like when did he
Yeah.
sleep? When did he write music? Like if all
Right.
he's doing all day long, like
Yeah.
bro.
Is what they're
I mean, is
saying.
he cloned? I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
they according
Yeah.
to them, these little hot ass girls, you know, y'all daddy was pimping y'all, your mamas and your daddies pimped y'all out. Like who was so sexual? Like at 17, sis, I know, you know, we weren't that far advanced with sex.
Not at all. Not at
If
all.
nigga, let me just say this, and I'm gonna stop talking about it. If somebody would have came to you at 17 telling you to shit in a cup, what would you have done?
Looked at them like, really?
If somebody at 17 would have came to you and said, "Let me pee on you,"
Like,
what would you
really?
have done?
Get the fuck up out my face. Are you
Like I'm
serious?
about to go tell my daddy
Get
because
so
I
nasty.
was
Like I'm about to go get did right, sis. You know,
because you're
we was
scaring me.
daddy's girls, so that's exactly what
Yes,
like I'm about to go get my dad on your ass. Like you
I'm
about to
gonna go
load
get
up.
my daddy because you scare me right now. This
Right,
is some weird shit.
right. Like
Like,
you sound real, yeah, real
like we
weird.
wouldn't have done it. We wouldn't have said,
Mm-mm.
"Okay, let's do it." Why not? Mind you, R. Kelly is the king of R&B. Like nobody, I don't care what you feel, how you think, you can't take it away from him. It is what it is.
Right. What do you think about the new accuser testifying that she had been locked in the room for days before she was raped by him?
This is a white girl.
Yes, that's why I wanted to talk about that because we didn't get to her.
Well, the
See,
defense just kind of like de blog de they just took that tore that all apart. Like,
yeah,
girl, so you went to Chicago with no money, no nothing.
yeah.
You stopped at when he sent the Uber, when you took a taxi to the studio or his house, you made him stop at the gas station so you can freshen up your feminine hygiene.
You basically took a whole
A
bath,
whole bath
allegedly.
before you got there, and he raped you, girl. Bye.
Ooh.
Have several seats. Y'all hoes is just really reaching.
Oh my goodness. When
So
I
you hadn't ate for 2 days. You had a menu because R. Kelly has menus. Like, okay, his people put menus. Whatever your heart desires. What do you want? And then so you ain't ate in 2 days. You or allegedly you order some Chinese food. You take a couple of bites and a sip of your water, and the next thing you know, you passed out. This sound
yeah.
like some shit they didn't seen on TV. Like
You
you
know what I'm
making this
saying? Like
up,
straight setup. Straight
but
setup.
it doesn't even sound believable.
No, not at all.
And so when you woke up, your panties were on the side of you, and
Yeah, and
you
you
felt
felt
like
like
you had,
something was had been inside of you.
but you had a phone, bro. You took a picture with R. Kelly and you kept it for 15 plus years. So you kept the defense asked her. So you kept your rapist picture for 15 years and you never said anything to anybody?
You never said a word.
Until Kim Fox, bitch your ass, get up there allegedly and tell
Yeah.
anybody that's had any communications with R. Kelly to come forward. She
Hmm.
started this.
Yeah. Oh
All
yeah.
these strange folks.
Oh yeah. They are coming forward because of her. Absolutely.
And allegedly the investigators are really pissed at her because they didn't even have time because they overcharging him for one.
Yeah. Of
The
course.
charges make no sense.
I can imagine what his attorney's fees are, and I could just only imagine.
But they're doing this pro bono. That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. And so listen, what history has shown, when you overcharge someone, you lose.
Hmm.
That's what happened in Trayvon Martin case. They
Yeah.
overcharged and they charged with the wrong thing.
With Trayvon Martin case, it was so much went wrong on so
It was
many
a lot
levels.
went wrong, but one of the main things that started the wrongness is that they didn't charge properly. I wouldn't say they overcharged. They didn't
Right.
charge because the jury is given instructions, right?
Yeah.
And so what they heard, what they saw has to match the instructions that they were given by the judge and the law.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're charging them with the incorrect thing, and that probably was purposely done,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
um, you end up with a not guilty because the jury is supposed to follow the law and what they heard and what the judge's orders are.
So do you in R. Kelly's case with the evidence that has come forth of Tasha K and the prisoner officer tampering with evidence and conversation, emails, text messages, he could very well be this could very well be a mistrial. What are your
Oh,
thoughts on again on that? Let's talk
most
about
definitely. I don't think it definitely could be a mistrial in this one, and I know for sure that it probably will be in Chicago because that's where the information came from, the jail in Chicago. And it could very see, but we don't know what the defense. See, this when the defense start, that's going to be the determining factor,
it.
right? On
Mm-hmm.
what they bring and what they say, that's going to determine the mistrial
Yeah.
because they haven't even started yet.
Right.
But so that what Tasha K and another thing is Tasha
Allegedly.
allegedly she can't get in trouble because it's freedom of press, right? You can get your information, you can put out, I mean, someone can civilly sue her, but criminally she's considered press,
Well,
right?
no, here's where the criminal charges come in that she can get in trouble. And I'm gonna tell you why she can get in trouble. The reason that Tasha K can get in trouble, okay, and this is allegedly because she paid the prisoner
Yeah.
officer. See, that
Well,
is where the criminal charges come in at.
well,
She can deny them all she wants, but you know, the feds have the evidence allegedly that Tasha K paid her. And let's talk about that for a second because you and I know if we were one of the prisoner officers working, this is our job, been there for years, because this person had been there for so long that when they retired, they're able to reap the benefits of their retirement. So that means they've been there a long time, right? Okay. So with that being said, if you've been on your job a long period of time and somebody come to you with, R. Kelly is there at the jail where you work at, are you going to willingly give a blogger all the details and information, phone conversations and records of that you have that you know you're not supposed to give them for free? Or could you be bought for
somebody paid
a
for
certain
her.
price?
She
Keep it real.
Oh, this is yours. Yeah, she probably, I'm sure she paid. Well, wait, baby, don't the top is. So one thing I know she can probably get in trouble for is, if not that, would be HIPAA violation because she talked about his medical records. That's illegal.
Exactly.
That's
Very
illegal
much
to
so.
talk about
Yes.
people's because of HIPAA.
Yes.
You can't
Uh-huh.
give out people's medical information
Absolutely
without their
not.
permission.
So
So
that's one criminal
that's one.
violation.
Well, we know that's
Mm-hmm.
for sure it's criminal, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
they are checking her bank accounts and
Allegedly, but
her
we know that's a fact.
allegedly checking her and her team's bank statements and all of that, and to see if, in fact, she paid. But I do know that one thing she can get in trouble for sure is the HIPAA.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely the hip. So
Yeah, because you
my
can't
thing
tell.
is not
And
only
for
the
and that,
HIPAA
mhm,
is because it's a part of bribery to pay
yeah.
someone for that information. So that's where a bribery charge can come into play, allegedly.
And also allegedly, she gave that information to one of the star witnesses that's testified in this trial right here in New York. She gave it to her dad.
That's
She
another
gave
federal offense.
she gave the info, and so this person has inside info that allegedly is what made her so angry to where she became a witness to with the feds. Allegedly, is because she was pissed off because her dad gave. I mean, she gave this particular blogger gave the information to jury number 5 is what she's considered her
Mm-hmm.
dad,
Mm-hmm.
and she read it and saw his conversations, emails, um, all of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then that's when she decided, okay, I'm gonna cooperate with the feds in this and entrap him because it's entrapment. All of it should be entrapment.
Oh,
Every last,
absolutely.
all of it should be
Absolutely.
because y'all went searching for this man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I went
Entrapment.
searching. You went searching, you preyed on him. He didn't go looking and searching for y'all. And then
No,
they making up all this other accusation about how they
I
couldn't
was.
even get in the Ubers if it was a male. They had to wait till the female would come. They had to cancel the ride, and then if the female came, then they could get in that ride.
But listen to this. Check this out. You tell me. Okay, so if you're my girlfriend, no, I don't want you, or my man, my boyfriend, husband, whatever. No, I don't want you being extra friendly with the opposite sex or whatever. But check this out. So allegedly, he's got y'all having threesomes, right? With
Exactly.
with males. So if
Hmm.
he's so insecure about you being around him, why would he want you sleeping with him?
Exactly.
I mean, make all of this make sense to me, people.
Hmm.
You just use your common sense knowledge and apply it to this and listen to what's don't Google because Google gonna give you the wrong information. I Google
Exactly.
I Googled his name today and got nothing but bad stuff. And
Yeah.
they only reporting what the prosecution is doing. They're not
Mhm.
reporting the fact that everything that they're saying that that R. Kelly done when the defense cross-examined, it's all debunked. The judge is even saying that the star witness has her allegedly her testimony is faulty. Like she's lying basically.
That's what the brother was saying. That's why the brother said he had to come out for himself to
And
see for
speaking,
his own
yeah,
eyes what was really going on in the lies. It was just a
it's too
bunch of
much.
it was just too much. Yeah, that's
And
what the
they
brother was saying.
all, if I was R. Kelly, I would sue these motherfuckers with
Yeah,
everything they got. The state of New York, California. I mean, mm-mm. I
but
just don't.
again, like you were saying, it's coming back to, and we have to wonder what is the motive in this because it's a deeper
There is,
issue
yes, there is. It's
behind
deeper than
this
what we're
more
talking.
than what
What we
we
know.
know and what
Hmm.
we're on the outside looking in on.
Yeah.
I guarantee it is because they're going through to extreme measures
Yes. And see,
to,
and another thing that
you
they're
know.
doing, sis, excuse me, it's
Hmm.
another thing that they're doing. They're over. They're going. What should I say? They're going. They're going overboard with the witnesses, right?
Hmm.
Because if you had a strong case, it don't take but the ones that said he allegedly did something to them. You ain't got to call everybody named Mammy to get up there
Right,
for 5 minutes to say, oh, he was a bad person. Oh,
right.
yeah, he played basketball, but the girls had to look away. I mean, you got like minute people that are coming up that you're bringing up. Like, what is the relevancy in these people other than to say, to make him look bad? Like, other than to say that the girls, when allegedly, when you would be around them, they couldn't look at men
Hmm.
and they wore baggy clothes.
Yeah, that's what it was all about. That he didn't
But
want
the
them to be in the presence of not one single man. And to me, that would make him be insecure. And I don't see him being an insecure man.
no, he's
So make
hypersexual.
that
I
make
said it.
sense.
And a thing too, sis, let me just say this. Another thing too is that the fact that all of them had cell phones and could have left at any moment.
Exactly.
He wasn't holding them hostage
No.
because the defense is asking them, if he was such a bad person, didn't you have a
Why did you
phone?
stay?
Did you have a phone? Yes. Did you call
Yes.
911? No. Did you call your parents to come get you? No. Did you $5,000 he was putting in your bank account a month? Did you
Hmm.
use any of that to leave? For
Hmm.
Christmas time, do you know how much money he was giving his living girlfriends
A
for Christmas?
lot.
$10,000
Yes. Yes.
plus
Yeah.
gifts over upon gifts, and then he would also fly them home to their parents and buy gifts for the family.
And see, this is what I'm saying. And the
Uh-huh.
parents' bills were getting paid. And this is why the parents were not saying anything allegedly. Okay. And this is also coming back to the same situation in the Michael Jackson case. And I keep saying that, you all, because there are two of the same cases. They are.
And allegedly, one of them um, got some bricks in exchange for their child.
Oh, really?
Hmm. Hmm. She said it in court. Came
Huh.
out of her mouth.
And see, that's on some
But
whole
is the
other street
but are they
shit.
reporting that? Are they reporting that?
Hmm.
Hmm.
So basically, you sold your daughter for a couple bricks and flipped them bricks
Mm-hmm.
allegedly. Yeah, basically.
And then
So
you was
you was
mad
fine
because
when
he
you was
wouldn't.
flipping them bricks. Okay, you was okay, but now the brick money done ran out years later, 30, 40 years later. It's a
5 years
problem.
later, you mad. They wanted the same parents wanted allegedly wanted him to buy them a food truck. The same parents allegedly wanted him to get them all jobs. One of
Mm-hmm.
the mother even said, ask him, can I be his driver, a personal assistant?
Oh wow. See.
Huh. Are they telling that when you
So
are they telling that when you Google R. Kelly trial? No.
well, of course, they're controlling the narrative of what they want to put out there. And this is how you know that it's on some deeper stuff than we know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When they control the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They call him the disgrace R&B king.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Of course they're gonna say that
And I thought you were innocent.
until proven guilty.
That's what I thought. That's what the law told me.
But we already know that's not the case. When it comes to us, the laws and you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. This is comes back to I saw something the day before yesterday. And they raised a very good point, and it was on YouTube somewhere. I can't remember now, but she made a point, and she was like, all the people that are in Congress, you guys, if you all think about it, they were born like back in the times where their parents were the slave masters, right? Allegedly, okay.
Hmm?
So they came up in the era and raised up in the household under the Jim Crow laws, okay, allegedly.
You talking
Let's
about all the white?
yeah, let's talk
Okay.
about it. All of them. This
Where
is
what?
why I feel it needs to be changed as far as who can get into those seats in Congress. You should not be over 35 years old, okay? Because
There should definitely needs to be a limit on how long you can
yes,
serve.
on how long you serve, that needs to change because all them old ass motherfuckers sitting their old decrepit asses up in those seats have all been slave masters' children. They all allegedly are going on them goddamn old ass Jim Crow laws, and they're not trying to change them. Not one of them have came forth to try to change that shit. None of them.
You know what I was told today by the guy that owns the building where my spa is? He said
Mm-hmm.
the most dangerous person right now in the United States of America is the white male, and he's white, under 40,
Allegedly.
allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
That's who people need to be worried about, he said.
Hmm.
I don't know why. We was talking about something else, but then he said, you know, the most dangerous person, and people don't get it.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And again, we're speaking on R. Kelly. If you guys, if you're just tuning in, we're speaking on R. Kelly right now because we're talking on the update. And his brother spoke, and there are other witnesses that have come forth. And it's just like it's just one thing after the next. And now I'm wondering if this whole entire thing is just one big ass conspiracy to make this man, to bring this man down, because it's a deeper issue as to why they really want to punish this man. Because of the witnesses that have come forth, it's unbelievable. Of the lies, you guys, and it just makes you wonder, what's the real issue here? What's the real issue? So that's what we're talking about here. And we are going to continue to update as the trial progresses. Um, so we'll tune in and update again. Today's Monday, Wednesday night. We will be back on Wednesday night, you guys. We're going to have another update, and we're going to get into it. We're going to have some other things that we're going to be talking about as well. So again, we're going to continue to update you all on the R. Kelly situation because it is deep. It is. So anything that you want to say before we wrap this up? Are you good?
I'm sorry, sis. You know
Anything
what?
you want to say to wrap this up, or are you good? Thoughts
I'm
on
good, but
wrapping this?
all I want to do is say free R. Kelly, and we'll know why. The
Exactly.
and if y'all, I don't mean to keep plugging people, but if you want to know, hold on for a second. If you want to know the facts and the transcripts, because right now they're not free, you have to pay for them. But
Mm-hmm.
they're being on the infamous
Sylvia.
on the infamous Sylvia's page.
Mm-hmm.
You go back to her as you can do from day one of the trial, and they're
Yes.
reading the actual transcripts.
Yes. Shout out to infamous Sylvia. Shout out to that sister. She
And they
is
were even
giving
talking
blow
about
by
her.
blow, but she's giving all the details inside of the courtroom. Absolutely.
She's there this week actually in person.
Yes, she is. I will
Is
be
she
following that
right?
sister.
Mm-hmm. But
Um,
we need to get this channel
yes,
popping. So
yes.
tell everybody, like, share, subscribe.
There
We
you go.
I'm sure Cynthia appreciates it because
There
it
you
takes a
go.
lot to create this content and a
Yes,
lot of time,
absolutely.
personal time you have
Absolutely.
to give to it. So I appreciate it, and
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you,
it's
sis.
it's a it's a forum to where I can freely talk about stuff that I see and hear. And also, I'm an investigative person myself. I don't like to be told something. I like to be research and see it for myself. And
Mm-hmm.
so this allows me to be able to speak on the things that I know or research myself to inform the informed who don't, they say you put it in the book, some
Mm-hmm.
folks ain't gonna read it. But I'm
Absolutely.
opposite of that. And I like to give factual stuff that I can find and be
Yes.
of support to you, um,
Thank you.
to
Yes.
give that
Yes.
information out. Because everybody has an opinion. My opinion don't have to be right. Yours don't have to be right. Nobody else's has to be right.
Mm-hmm.
It's strictly that an opinion.
That's right. And it's all allegedly. And this is why we're going to
Exactly.
continue to say that allegedly, you guys. But we do and will drop. Now, I'm going to drop the link to the content that have spoken on, you
Hmm.
guys, from R. Kelly to the teenagers from Florida. And everything that we talked about today, I'm going to drop the link on you guys.
I see someone in the comments said that they want money This is all about money with R. Kelly.
Yes, yes.
They don't care nothing about those girls, those women. They grown women, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care
Mm-hmm.
nothing about them. It's
Mm-hmm.
all about money.
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
want everybody on here to go Google. Now, this is something you can get from Google. Uh, I'm not R. Kelly's the look at the what do you call it, Cynthia? The lyrics
Mm-hmm.
to "I Admit."
Mm-hmm.
Read them. And this before he went to jail.
Yeah. Good one.
Just read
Good
that.
one.
Read it, and
Good
he'll
one.
tell you himself what it's about.
Yes. All about knowledge. It's powerful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this is why I love R. Kelly.
Um. Um. In most states, we're gonna let this go, and we'll talk about it another time. But it's coincidental that everybody that they're bringing up, they're saying they were 17. That's
It's
the
funny
magic
that
number.
you're now even saying that because now you're going to make me go and do some research on that number because you know how we are when it comes to numbers
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
things
Mm-hmm.
like that. And I won't get into that with my
Not
sensations
right.
right now because I'm going to make that a video, you
Mm-hmm.
guys. We're going to
Check
talk
up the
about
number
that. Everything
17.
in the numbers, okay? It's
Why
deep.
is everybody 17? Yep.
Yeah, yeah. We're definitely
Allegedly
going to talk
saying that
about
they were
that.
17. Hmm?
We're definitely going to talk about that number, 17.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So yeah,
All right, guys.
again,
Good night, everybody.
yes. Thank you. Thank you again,
Love you,
sis, for
sis.
absolutely love you more. I appreciate you. You
No
always
problem.
come on the panel. You bring it every time you come on the panel. I appreciate you. Yes, that's
I
what
feel like
I'm.
I talk too much.
No, absolutely not. Because let me tell you, as you stated, a lot of people they're not able to hear the truth and the real, and so they can
Yeah.
hear it over here. So there's no
Mm-hmm.
limit over here. Okay,
Yeah.
just know
Thank
that.
you.
Absolutely, absolutely,
My brain has so much information that I see that is wrong that's going on right now.
absolutely. And you have to talk about it. Absolutely.
Yeah, and like it or love it,
Mm-hmm.
you just can't go off what the media is saying or Google.
Yeah. You have to, you know, it's almost like we need to go back to the old, when we were coming up, we have to go to the library. We went to the library.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
We got our library
Pick up a
card.
dictionary.
We went to the fucking library when we sat in that motherfucker and read. Okay.
Hmm.
That's what
Pick up a
it's about. Pick
pick
up a
up a
book.
dictionary.
Yes.
Use your common sense, okay?
Mhm.
Don't be a follower.
Absolutely.
Think with your own mind,
Absolutely.
and not with. And normally, listen, facts. When you hear from the horse's mouth, it's not hearsay, right?
Right.
So if on your research, when you're trying to figure out if something happened to people, or if someone said that, or did this happen, find videos. If you're gonna search videos, if you're gonna Google something, find something where you heard that person actually speak on that subject,
Mm-hmm.
not what the news told you that they
Right.
said.
Right.
That's just a
Yeah.
small nugget on how you get your factual information.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Thanks.
I've digressed enough.
Yeah. I appreciate you. Always,
Okay.
always appreciate you.
Uh,
Thank you. Thank you.
you're welcome. Let me call my child back. He's blowing me up.
Okay. Have a great
Okay.
night,
Bye,
sis.
everyone. Okay, bye.
Okay, my sensations. I want to say that will conclude our show for tonight. And until next time, I want to say thanks to All my new subs coming in, y'all, the new sensations, feel free. If you want to talk about anything, you can send your content. You can send it to my email, sentsedit@gmail, or you can also DM me on IG at Sentsedit, okay? So, and I'm on Facebook, Sentsedit. So you all can send me the content. I do see it. I pay attention. And we're going to talk about it over here. So until next time, I will see you all. Yes. I will see you guys.
That's too nasty.